My beloved child, hear my voice, for I am speaking directly to your heart. I see your struggles, your hidden tears, the weight that presses upon your soul. I know the burdens you carry, the silent cries that no one else hears. But I have come to remind you, I have not forsaken you. I am with you, always. Stay with me till the end of this message, for every word I speak is life, strength, and healing to your weary soul. I am the Good Shepherd, and I call you by name. You are mine. When you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, do not fear, for I walk beside you. When the storm rages and the winds howl, do not be afraid, for I am the one who commands the storm to be still. When you are weary and feel like you cannot go on, come to me, and I will give you rest. I am your refuge, your strong tower. Run to me, and you will find shelter. I am the bread of life. You hunger for peace, for love, for meaning, but only I can satisfy your soul. The world will offer you empty promises, but I give you living water, and if you drink of me, you will never thirst again. Come, taste and see that I am good. Hold on to me, even when everything around you is shaking. My promises are eternal. Heaven and earth may pass away, but my word will never fail. Do you feel abandoned? Do you think no one cares? Look at my hands, see the scars. These wounds I bore for you, because I love you beyond what words can express. I was despised, rejected, beaten, and crucified, but I endured it all so that you may have life and have it more abundantly. You are never alone. I am with you to the end of the age. Child, I see the battles you are fighting. The enemy whispers lies, telling you that you are weak, that you will never overcome. But listen to my voice instead. I have overcome the world. And because I have conquered, you too will rise in victory. When you pass through deep waters, they will not drown you. When you walk through the fire, it will not burn you. No weapon formed against you will prosper, for I am your defender, your shield, your salvation. I have prepared a place for you. Do not set your heart on the things of this world, for they will fade away. Set your eyes on me, for I am preparing a home for you where there will be no more pain, no more sorrow, no more tears. Every struggle, every trial, every suffering you endure here, it is not in vain. I see it all, and I will reward you. Hold on to your faith. Hold on to me. You are precious to me. You are not forgotten. I have written your name on the palm of my hand. Do not fear tomorrow, for I am already there. Do not let your heart be troubled, for I have given you peace, not the fragile peace of the world, but my perfect peace, which surpasses all understanding. Come to me now. Let me hold you, let me strengthen you, let me fill you with my spirit. Do not give up. Do not let go. The night may be long, but the morning will come. I am making all things new. I have told you that in this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. The enemy may come against you like a flood, but I will lift up a standard against him. The storm may rage, but I am the one who walks on water. The fire may burn around you, but I am the fourth man in the fire, and you will not be consumed. Do not fear what tomorrow holds, for I am already there. Before you call, I will answer. Before you even whisper your pain, I have already prepared a way of escape. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Do not let your heart be troubled, believe in me, and you will see my glory. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. I have gone to prepare a place for you, and if I go, I will come back and take you to be with me. Do not grow weary in doing good. Do not give up when the road seems long. Hold on to my promises, for they are yes and amen. You are the light of the world. I have placed my spirit within you. You are not weak, you are strong in me. You are not defeated, you are victorious. You are not forsaken, you are chosen. You are my beloved. You are my treasure. No one can snatch you out of my hand. The enemy will try to make you doubt my love, but look at the cross. Look at my hands, my feet, my side. I bore your pain. I took your shame. I carried your burdens. Every stripe upon my back was for your healing. Every drop of blood I shed was for your redemption. You are worth more than many sparrows, and not one of them falls without my Father knowing. How much more do I care for you? Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light. I do not give as the world gives. I give you peace that surpasses understanding. The world will reject you because it rejected me first. They will persecute you because they persecuted me. But do not be afraid of those who can kill the body but cannot touch your soul. Fear only God, who holds your eternity in his hands. Stand firm in your faith, for great is your reward in heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great. I am the vine, and you are the branches. If you remain in me, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. But with me, all things are possible. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Even to your old age, I will carry you. I will sustain you. I will rescue you. Lift up your eyes to the hills. Where does your help come from? Your help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I will not let your foot slip. I will watch over you day and night. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. I will keep you from all harm and watch over your life. Do not store up for yourself treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and thieves break in and steal. Store up treasures in heaven, where nothing can be taken from you. Seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. I know what you need before you ask. I am your shepherd, you lack nothing. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. When you are broken-hearted, I am near. When you are crushed in spirit, I will rescue you. I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will never die. Even if they die, they will live. Do not let fear take root in your heart, for I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I am your rock, your fortress, your deliverer. I am your refuge in times of trouble. I am your hiding place, your shield, your strong tower. You do not fight alone. I will go before you. I will fight for you. I will make a way where there is no way. I have given you authority over snakes and scorpions, over all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, "Move," and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened. If you, being sinful, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask? Whatever you ask in my name, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you may have life and have it to the full. I am the good shepherd. I lay down my life for my sheep. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down willingly. I have the authority to lay it down and the authority to take it up again. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Not one of my promises will fail. Though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, my unfailing love for you will never be shaken. My covenant of peace will never be removed. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Even if a mother forgets her child, I will not forget you. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fear no evil, for I am with you. My rod and my staff will comfort you. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I am coming soon. Hold fast to what you have. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. To the one who overcomes, I will give the right to eat from the tree of life. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. I am with you wherever you go. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. You are mine, and I am yours. Remain in my love. My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Come to me, my child. Come with all your burdens. Come with all your fears. Come with all your pain. I will never reject you. I will never cast you away. I am standing at the door of your heart, knocking. Open to me, and I will come in. The time is short. The hour is near. Stay awake. Keep watch. Do not let your lamp go out. My reward is with me, and I will give to each person according to what they have done. Hold on. Endure. The pain will not last forever. I am making all things new. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and uphold you with my righteous right hand. I am your refuge and fortress, your hiding place in the storm. Though the earth trembles and the mountains fall into the sea, I remain unshaken. I am your firm foundation, the rock on which you stand. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you may have life, life in abundance. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment, I will silence. Though 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, it will not come near you. I have placed my angels around you to guard you in all your ways. When you feel forsaken, remember this: I have written your name on the palm of my hand. Even if a mother forgets her child, I will never forget you. I am the God who sees you, the God who knows you, the God who calls you by name. I have chosen you. I have set you apart. You are mine. I bore your pain. I carried your sorrow. The punishment that brought you peace was upon me, and by my wounds, you are healed. I took your shame so that you may walk in freedom. I took your sin so that you may be clothed in righteousness. I was wounded so that you may be whole. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I am your provider. Do not worry about what you will eat, what you will drink, or what you will wear. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap, yet my Father feeds them. Look at the flowers of the field, they do not labor, yet not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If I care for them, how much more will I care for you? Seek first my kingdom, and all these things will be added unto you. I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will live, even though they die. I have conquered death, I have defeated the grave, and I hold the keys of life. Do not be afraid of those who can kill the body but cannot touch your soul. Your life is hidden in me. Your eternity is secure in my hands. The storms will come, but I am the one who walks on water. The fire will burn around you, but I am the one who stands in the flames. The waves will crash, but I am the one who speaks, "Peace, be still." Be still, and know that I am God. Be still, and know that I am fighting for you. Be still, and trust that I am working all things for your good. Do not lose heart. Do not let your faith waver. Blessed are those who endure, for they will receive the crown of life. The suffering of this present time is not worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed. Your trials are temporary, but my promises are eternal. Your pain is momentary, but my love for you has no end. Hold on to me, for I will never let you go. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, it will not consume you. I will rescue you because you are precious to me. You are honored, and I love you. I have called you by name, and you are mine. No power in heaven or on earth can separate you from my love. Not death, not life, not angels, not demons, not things present, nor things to come, nothing can take you out of my hands. I have a plan for you, a future filled with hope. Trust in me, even when you cannot see the way ahead. Walk by faith, not by sight. I will open doors no one can shut. I will make a way where there is no way. Even in the wilderness, I will provide. Even in the desert, I will cause rivers to flow. I will not fail you. I will not forsake you. The battle is not yours, it is mine. You are not fighting alone. The Lord of hosts goes before you. I will contend with those who contend with you. I will silence the voice of the accuser. I will lift you up when you fall. I will be the light in your darkness, the shield in your battle, the whisper of peace in your storm. Come closer, my child. Let my words sink deep into your heart. Do not be afraid. Do not grow weary. My spirit is within you. My power is upon you. You will rise on wings like eagles. You will run and not grow weary. You will walk and not faint. My grace will sustain you. My mercy will surround you. My love will carry you. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Heaven and earth may pass away, but my word will never pass away. Hold on to what is eternal. Set your mind on things above. Keep your heart fixed on me, for I am coming soon. My reward is with me, and I will give to each person according to what they have done. Stand firm. Hold your ground. Do not let go of my promises. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I am your shepherd, and you will lack nothing. I will lead you beside still waters. I will restore your soul. Even when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fear no evil, for I am with you. My rod and my staff will comfort you. Lift up your head, for your redemption draws near. The night is almost over, the morning is coming. I am making all things new. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. Every tear you have cried, I have counted. Every prayer you have whispered, I have heard. Every pain you have felt, I have carried. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are mine. Come now, my child. Draw near to me. Let go of your fears, your doubts, your worries. Rest in my love. Trust in my promises. I am faithful. I am true. I am here. I am holding you. I am with you. Forever. When the world turns against you, when your friends walk away, when the pain feels unbearable, remember my words, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Even in the darkest valley, I am your light. Even in the fiercest storm, I am your shelter. Even when your strength fails, my power is made perfect in your weakness. I am the one who calls you by name. I have written your name on the palms of my hands. You are mine, and nothing can snatch you from my grasp. The enemy may roar like a lion, seeking to devour you, but I am the Lion of Judah, and I have already won the battle for you. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Do you see the sparrows in the sky? Not one of them falls to the ground without my Father knowing. And yet, you are worth more than many sparrows. If I take care of the birds of the air and clothe the flowers of the field in beauty, will I not take care of you, my beloved? Seek first my kingdom, and all these things will be added unto you. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You have carried your burdens for too long. Lay them at my feet. Let me carry what you cannot. I will give you rest for your soul. I will lift you up on wings like eagles. You will run and not grow weary. You will walk and not faint. My grace is sufficient for you. When you walk through the fire, it will not consume you. When you pass through the waters, they will not overwhelm you. I am the fourth man in the fire. I am the one who parts the Red Sea. I am the one who commands the winds and the waves. Be still, and know that I am God. Be still, and watch how I fight for you. The battle is not yours, it is mine. The enemy comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you may have life and have it abundantly. I am your shepherd, and you will lack nothing. I lead you beside still waters. I restore your soul. Even when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fear no evil, for I am with you. My rod and my staff will comfort you. I have prepared a table before you in the presence of your enemies. I anoint your head with oil, your cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in my house forever. Do not fear the future, for I hold it in my hands. Do not be anxious about tomorrow, for I am already there. The mountains may crumble, the earth may shake, but my love for you will never be shaken. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My word will never pass away. My promises are yes and amen. Trust in me, and I will guide you with my righteous right hand. You may feel unworthy, broken, and lost, but I am the God who restores. I give beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and a garment of praise for the spirit of despair. I will rebuild what was destroyed. I will restore what was stolen. I will redeem what was lost. Nothing is impossible for me. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. The enemy will try to make you doubt, but hold on to my promises. I will open doors no man can shut. I will make a way where there is no way. I will turn your mourning into dancing and your sorrow into joy. Do not be afraid. Do not let your heart be troubled. In my Father's house, there are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. I have gone to prepare a place for you, and I will return to take you to be with me. Hold fast to your faith, for I am coming soon. My reward is with me, and I will give to each one according to what they have done. I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though they die, yet shall they live. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. I have conquered death. I have overcome the grave. I hold the keys of death and Hades. Do not fear, for I am the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. If you confess me before men, I will confess you before my Father in heaven. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. If you remain in my love, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Remain faithful, even unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. Blessed are those who endure, for they will receive a great reward. The sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed. What you see now is temporary, but my promises are eternal. Lift up your eyes, for your redemption draws near. The night is almost over, the dawn is coming. I am making all things new. Behold, I am coming soon. Every tear you have cried, I have counted. Every pain you have felt, I have carried. Every prayer you have whispered, I have heard. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are mine. I see you standing before the storm, trembling, unsure if you will survive. But do you remember Peter? He saw me walking on water, and I called him out of the boat. At first, his faith was strong, and he walked on water just as I did. But when he saw the wind, when he felt the waves crashing around him, he began to sink. And in that moment, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately, I reached out my hand and caught him. "Oh, my child, why do you doubt? I am reaching for you now. Though the winds rage, though the storm roars, though the waters threaten to pull you under, I am here. Fix your eyes on me, not on the storm. Hold on to my promise, not your fears. I will not let you sink. I will not let you be overcome." Do you remember the woman with the issue of blood? For 12 long years, she suffered. She spent everything she had, but no doctor could heal her. She was weak, rejected, and hopeless. But she heard about me. And though the crowd surrounded me, though she had no strength left, she pushed through. She thought, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed. And when she reached out in faith, power flowed from me, and she was made whole. Some of you are at your breaking point. You have tried everything, and nothing has worked. You feel abandoned, forgotten. But I tell you today, push through. Press on. Reach out to me with faith, and you will be healed. Your broken heart will be restored. Your chains will be broken. Your soul will find rest. There was a man named Jairus, whose daughter lay dying. He ran to me, pleading, "Lord, come and lay your hands on her, and she will live." But before we could reach her, a servant arrived with news that crushed his heart. "Your daughter is dead. Do not trouble the teacher anymore. Oh, how the enemy wants you to believe it is too late. That your dreams are dead, that your prayers are unanswered, that your situation is hopeless. But do you know what I told Jairus? Do not be afraid, only believe, and she will be made well. And when we arrived, I took her by the hand and said, Little girl, arise. And immediately, she rose from the dead. Your situation is not beyond my power. What is impossible for men is possible with me. The enemy may have declared your case closed, but I am the God of resurrection. I am the one who brings dead things back to life. Do not fear, only believe. Do you remember the disciples on the boat when the storm came? The waves crashed, the wind howled, and they were afraid. They cried out, Lord, save us. We are perishing. And I rose, rebuked the wind and the sea, and there was a great calm. You are in the middle of a storm right now. You see no way out. But I am in your boat. I have authority over the wind and the waves. I have authority over sickness, over fear, over death itself. Call upon my name, and I will calm your storm. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. His body had already begun to decay. When I arrived at his tomb, his sisters were weeping, saying, Lord, if you had been here, our brother would not have died. Oh, how they doubted. But I said to them, Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? Then I stood before the grave and called out, Lazarus, come forth. And the dead man walked out of his tomb. I am speaking to your dead situation right now. I am calling forth your buried dreams, your lost hope, your broken spirit. Come forth. Rise up. Live again. For I am the resurrection and the life. Do you remember the paralyzed man whose friends brought him to me? They could not reach me because of the crowd, so they climbed onto the roof, tore it open, and lowered him down before me. Oh, how great their faith was! And when I saw him, I said, Son, your sins are forgiven. Rise, take up your bed, and walk. And immediately, his legs were strengthened, and he walked out, carrying what once carried him. Some of you have been paralyzed by fear, by sin, by shame. You feel stuck, unable to move forward. But I say to you today, rise up and walk. Your past cannot hold you. Your failures cannot chain you. Your sins have been forgiven. You are free. Zacchaeus was a tax collector, a man hated by many. He had heard about me, but he was too short to see over the crowd. So he climbed up a sycamore tree, just to catch a glimpse of me. And when I passed by, I looked up and called his name, Zacchaeus, come down. For today, I must stay at your house. Oh, how the people murmured. How can he go to the house of a sinner? But Zacchaeus, overwhelmed by my love, repented. And I said, Today, salvation has come to this house. No matter how far you have gone, no matter what you have done, I am calling your name. Come down from your hiding place. Let me come into your heart. Let me change your life. Do you remember the thief on the cross? He was moments away from death. He had lived a life of sin. He had nothing to offer, no good deeds to his name. But in his final breath, he turned to me and said, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And I looked at him and said, Today, you will be with me in paradise. Oh, my child, it is never too late. Even in your last moments, my mercy is greater than your sins. My love is deeper than your failures. Call upon me, and you will be saved. I am the good shepherd. I leave the 99 to find the one lost sheep. I have been searching for you, pursuing you with my love. Will you come home? Will you trust in my promises? I am standing at the door of your heart, knocking. If you hear my voice and open the door, I will come in and dine with you. I will be your God, and you will be my child. I have prepared a place for you. A place where there will be no more pain, no more tears, no more sorrow. The sufferings of this present time are nothing compared to the glory that awaits you. Hold on. Keep the faith. I am coming soon. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. The world will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Heaven and earth may shake, but my love for you is unshakable. Lift up your head, my child. Your redemption is near. Your victory is at hand. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are mine, and I am with you, always, even to the end of the age. I see your tears, my child. I hear the silent cries of your heart. I know the weight you carry, the burdens pressing down on your soul. But have I not said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest"? Take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. You do not have to carry this alone. Let me lift the weight from your shoulders. Let me be your strength when you have none left. Do you remember when I fed the 5,000? The crowd was hungry, weary from the journey, and the disciples saw nothing but lack. "Lord, we have only 5 loaves and 2 fish," they said. But I took what little they had, gave thanks, and multiplied it. And not only was the crowd fed, but there were 12 baskets left over. Oh, my child, you look at what you have, and you think it is not enough. You see the little strength you have left, the little hope, the little faith, and you think it cannot sustain you. But place it in my hands. Surrender what you have to me, and I will multiply it. I will turn your lack into abundance. I will turn your emptiness into overflow. Do you remember the blind man who sat by the roadside, calling out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me"? The crowd tried to silence him, but he cried out even louder. And I stopped. I called him to me and asked, "What do you want me to do for you?" And he said, "Lord, that I may receive my sight." And I healed him. Some of you feel like that blind man. You have been crying out for so long, and it seems like no one hears. But I hear you. Your cries have reached my ears. Do not stop calling my name. Do not lose heart. I will open your eyes. I will restore your vision. What seemed impossible will become possible. Do you remember when I stood before Mary and Martha after their brother Lazarus had died? They were weeping, saying, "Lord, if you had been here, our brother would not have died." Oh, how they felt abandoned, as if I had arrived too late. But I wept with them. And then I spoke these words, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live." Some of you feel like you are standing in the graveyard of your dreams. You think it is over, that all hope is lost. But I am the resurrection. I am the life. No situation is too far gone for me. I am calling life into the dead places of your heart. I am breathing hope where there was only despair. Do you remember my servant Job? He lost everything, his children, his wealth, his health. He sat in the ashes, scraping his wounds, abandoned by friends, ridiculed by those who once respected him. Yet even in his suffering, he said, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." And because he remained faithful, I restored everything to him, double for his trouble. Oh, my child, I know you have suffered. I know you have lost much. But your story is not over. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. I will restore what was taken. I will give you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for despair. Hold on. Do not let go of your faith, for your restoration is coming. Do you remember my disciple Peter? He loved me, he followed me, he swore he would never deny me. But when the pressure came, when fear gripped his heart, he denied me 3 times. And when the rooster crowed, he wept bitterly. He thought he had failed beyond redemption. But after I rose from the dead, I sought him out. I called him by name. I restored him, and I gave him a new purpose. Some of you feel like Peter. You have fallen. You have failed. You have denied me in moments of weakness, and you think you are beyond redemption. But hear me today, I am not finished with you. My grace is greater than your failure. My love is deeper than your shame. Return to me, and I will restore you. Do you remember the prodigal son? He took his inheritance and squandered it in reckless living. He found himself starving, feeding pigs, with nothing left. But then he remembered his father's house. He said, I will arise and go to my father. And while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and ran to him, embracing him, clothing him, and restoring him as a son. Some of you have wandered far from me. You have spent your life chasing things that could never satisfy. But today, I am calling you home. I have been watching for you, waiting for you, longing for your return. And the moment you turn to me, I will run to you with open arms. I will clothe you in righteousness. I will restore you as my child. Do you remember my agony in the Garden of Gethsemane? I knelt and prayed, Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. I was sorrowful, my sweat like drops of blood. But I surrendered, for I knew the joy that was set before me, you. Oh, my beloved, I endured the cross for you. I took the nails for you. I bore the shame for you. And if I did not give up on you then, I will not give up on you now. No matter how deep your pain, how dark your night, how heavy your burden, I have already carried it for you. Do not give up, for I have overcome the world. Do you remember Thomas, the disciple who doubted? He said, unless I see the scars in his hands and touch his side, I will not believe. And so I appeared to him. I said, Thomas, reach out your hand. Touch my wounds. Do not doubt, but believe. And he fell to his knees, crying, my Lord and my God. Some of you are struggling with doubt. You wonder if I am really there, if I really hear your prayers, if my promises are true. But I say to you today, look at my hands. Look at my side. I was pierced for you. I was wounded for you. And I am alive. I have not left you. I have not forsaken you. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Trust in me. Walk by faith, not by sight. My promises are sure, my love unshakable. The world will tell you to fear. The enemy will whisper lies in your ear, telling you that you are alone, that you are unworthy, that you will never be enough. But I have already spoken the truth over you. I have called you my own. You are chosen, beloved, redeemed. Lift up your head, for your redemption draws near. I am coming soon, and my reward is with me. Do not be discouraged. Do not grow weary. The race is almost finished, and victory is already yours. Stand firm. Hold on to my promises. And when you cross the finish line, you will hear these words, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord." I see you struggling, my child. I see the pain in your heart, the questions that fill your mind, the battles you fight when no one else is watching. But I am here. I am with you. I have never left you, and I never will. Do you remember when my disciples were in the boat, and the storm came? The waves crashed against them, the wind howled, and fear gripped their hearts. They thought they were going to perish. But I was there, sleeping in the boat. They woke me, crying, "Lord, save us. We are perishing." And I rose, stretched out my hand, and rebuked the storm. "Peace, be still." And immediately, the waves calmed, the wind ceased, and peace covered the waters. Some of you feel like my disciples in that storm. The waves of life are crashing against you, the winds of uncertainty are howling, and fear is gripping your heart. But I am in your boat. I have not abandoned you. I am speaking to the storm in your life right now. Peace, be still. The winds will not destroy you. The waves will not overtake you. I am your shelter, your refuge, your strong tower. Hold on to me, and you will not sink. Do you remember the woman with the issue of blood? For 12 years, she suffered. She spent all she had on doctors, but nothing helped. The pain, the shame, the isolation, it weighed on her. But then she heard about me. And though the crowd pressed around me, she pushed through. She said in her heart, "If only I touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed." And when she reached out and touched me, power flowed from me, and she was instantly healed. Oh, my child, some of you have been suffering for so long. You have tried everything, but nothing has worked. You feel weak, tired, and forgotten. But I say to you, reach out. Touch me by faith. Believe in my power. Healing is flowing from me even now. Restoration is coming to your life. Your faith has made you whole. Do you remember Jairus' daughter? He came to me, pleading, "Lord, my little girl is dying. Come and lay your hands on her, that she may live." But before we could reach his home, the news came, "Your daughter is dead. Do not trouble the master." Oh, how his heart must have broken. But I turned to him and said, "Do not be afraid, only believe." Some of you have received bad news. You have heard the voices of doubt telling you, "It's over. There's no hope." But I say to you today, do not be afraid, only believe. When I arrived at Jairus' house, the mourners were weeping, but I told them, "The girl is not dead, but sleeping." They laughed at me, for they only saw the impossible. But I took her by the hand and said, "Little girl, arise." And she got up, alive and well. My beloved, I am speaking life into what seems dead in your life. I am calling forth resurrection in your heart, in your dreams, in your faith. What the world has declared finished, I am declaring restored. Do not fear, only believe. Do you remember my servant Daniel? He was thrown into the lion's den because of his faith. All night, he sat surrounded by hungry lions, but I shut their mouths. When morning came, he was untouched, unharmed, because my hand was upon him. Some of you feel like Daniel, surrounded by enemies, facing impossible odds. But hear my promise, I will shut the mouths of the lions. The enemy will not devour you. The pit that was meant to destroy you will become the place of your deliverance. I am with you in the den, in the fire, in the storm. You will come out unharmed. Do you remember when I stood before Pontius Pilate? The crowd shouted, "Crucify him." My hands were tied, my body beaten, my back torn open by the lashes. A crown of thorns was pressed into my brow. I carried the cross, step by step, each breath filled with agony. And when the nails were driven into my hands and feet, I cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Some of you have been betrayed. Some of you have been hurt by those you loved, rejected by those you trusted. But my child, I understand your pain. I bore it for you. I carried your wounds so that you could be healed. Do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Forgive, just as I have forgiven you. Let my love heal you, restore you, and make you whole. Do you remember when I cried out from the cross, "It is finished"? The battle was won. Sin was defeated. Death lost its power. The veil was torn, and the way to the Father was opened. My beloved, why do you still live in fear? Why do you carry shame that I have already washed away? I have paid the price for you. I have broken every chain. The power of sin is crushed. The enemy has no hold on you. Walk in the victory I have given you. Do you remember my resurrection? The women came to the tomb, weeping, expecting to find my body. But the angel said to them, "Why do you seek the living among the dead? He is not here, for he is risen. Oh, my child, you have been searching among dead things, dead relationships, dead dreams, dead hopes. But I am alive. I have conquered the grave. And because I live, you will live also. Do not dwell in the past. Do not stay in the place of sorrow. I am calling you to rise, to walk in newness of life. Do you remember when I met my disciples after my resurrection? They were afraid, hiding behind locked doors. But I appeared in their midst and said, "Peace be with you." Then I breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit." Some of you have been living in fear. You have locked yourself away, afraid of what the future holds. But I am stepping into your situation right now. My peace is filling your heart. My Spirit is breathing life into you. Fear has no hold on you anymore. You are my child, and I have given you power, love, and a sound mind. Do you remember my final words before I ascended? Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Oh, my beloved, do not be silent. Do not let fear hold you back. You are called, chosen, anointed. I have given you my Spirit to proclaim my name, to heal the brokenhearted, to set the captives free. Do not say, "I am too weak, for I am your strength." Do not say, "I am not qualified, for I have chosen you." Do not say, "I am alone, for I am with you always, even to the end of the age." Did I not send Moses, though he felt unworthy? He stood before Pharaoh, the most powerful ruler of his time, and declared my word. The enemy's heart was hardened, the opposition was fierce, but my power was greater. I sent signs and wonders. I parted the Red Sea. I led my people out with a mighty hand. And I will do the same for you. The obstacles in your way will part like the sea before Moses. The chains that have bound you will be shattered. The strongholds of the enemy will fall. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Trust in me, and you will see my mighty hand at work. Do you remember Gideon? He was hiding, afraid of his enemies, thinking he was the least of all. But I sent my angel to him and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." At first, he doubted. He looked at his weaknesses, his small army, his lack of experience. But I was with him. And with only 300 men, I gave him victory over an army beyond number. You feel small. You feel weak. You look at your life and say, "Lord, how can I make it? I have so little." But hear me now, you are not alone. I am calling you a mighty warrior. Not because of your strength, but because of mine. Not because of your resources, but because I am your provider. Not because of your abilities, but because my Spirit is upon you. Go forward in my strength, and you will see victory. Do you remember Elijah on Mount Carmel? He stood alone against 450 prophets of Baal. The odds were impossible. The world mocked him. But he called on me, and fire fell from heaven. Some of you feel like Elijah. You stand alone, surrounded by opposition, mocked for your faith. But do not be discouraged. Call on me, and I will answer. My fire will fall in your life. My power will be seen. The world will know that I am the Lord. Do you remember Paul and Silas in prison? They had been beaten, falsely accused, locked away in chains. But at midnight, they prayed and sang praises. And suddenly, the ground shook. The prison doors flew open. Chains fell off. Oh, my child, some of you are in a midnight season. You feel bound, trapped, surrounded by darkness. But lift up your voice. Praise me in the storm. Sing in the prison. And suddenly, I will move. Suddenly, I will break every chain. Suddenly, I will open the doors that no man can shut. Do you remember Job? He lost everything, his wealth, his health, his children. His friends accused him, his wife told him to curse me and die. But he held on to his faith. And in the end, I restored him. I gave him double for his trouble. Some of you have lost much. You have faced trials that seem unbearable. But hold on. Your story is not over. What the enemy stole, I will restore. What was lost, I will return. What was broken, I will make new. Your latter days will be greater than your former. Do you remember the prodigal son? He left his father's house, wasted his inheritance, found himself in a pit of regret. He thought he was unworthy to return. But his father saw him from afar, ran to him, embraced him, and celebrated his return. Some of you feel distant from me. You have made mistakes. You wonder if I will still receive you. But I tell you now, I am running toward you. My arms are open wide. Come home. I am not angry. I am not ashamed of you. You are my child, and I love you with an everlasting love. Do you remember Peter? He walked on water, but then fear made him sink. He denied me 3 times, yet I restored him. Some of you have fallen. You have let fear overwhelm you. You have denied me in moments of weakness. But I am restoring you. I am reaching out my hand, lifting you up, and setting you back on solid ground. Your failure is not your end. I still have a plan for you. Do you remember the thief on the cross? He had no time to make things right, no time to fix his mistakes. But with one cry, "Lord, remember me," I forgave him. And I said, today, you will be with me in paradise. Oh, my child, it is not too late for you. It does not matter how far you have gone. I am calling you now. Turn to me, and I will save you. Call on me, and I will answer. Do you remember my promise? Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. You have carried so much. The weight of life is heavy on your shoulders. But I say, lay it down. Give me your burdens. Let me carry your pain. I will give you rest, peace, strength. Do you remember my words? I will never leave you nor forsake you. Even when you don't feel me, I am here. Even when the world turns against you, I am with you. Even when darkness surrounds you, I am your light. Do not fear. Do not be discouraged. I am your God, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Do you remember my name? I am the Good Shepherd. I will lead you beside still waters. I will restore your soul. I will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Surely, goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. Do you remember my promise? I go to prepare a place for you. This world is not your home. The pain you feel here is temporary. The struggles you face will pass away. I have prepared a place for you, a place where there is no more sorrow, no more tears, no more death. You will be with me forever. Do you remember my command? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for I am with you wherever you go. Stand strong, my child. Walk in faith. Do not let fear hold you back. I am leading you into victory. I am opening doors no man can shut. I am making a way where there is no way. Trust me, and you will see my glory. I am Jesus, your Savior, your Redeemer, your King. And I am speaking life over you today. Rise up, my child. Walk in the power of my name. The victory is yours. I have called you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. When the enemy rises against you, I will lift up a standard. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Do you remember Daniel in the lion's den? He was thrown into a pit of death, surrounded by hungry beasts, yet I shut the mouths of the lions. He trusted me, and I delivered him. Some of you feel surrounded by danger, by people who seek to harm you, by forces beyond your control. But fear not. I am the God who shuts the mouths of lions. I am the God who makes your enemies powerless. Trust in me, and you will walk out of your trials unharmed. Do you remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They refused to bow to the king's idol, and because of their faith, they were thrown into a fiery furnace. The flames raged, the heat was unbearable, but they did not burn. And when the king looked into the fire, he saw a fourth man walking with them. I was with them in the fire. Oh, my child, do not be afraid of the fire. The trials you face will not destroy you. The pain you endure will not consume you. I am in the fire with you. When you walk through the flames of life, I will be by your side. You will not be harmed, but instead, you will come out refined like gold. Do you remember David before Goliath? A young shepherd boy, standing before a giant, armed with nothing but a sling and a few stones. The world mocked him. The enemy laughed. But I was with him. With one stone, the giant fell. With one act of faith, the battle was won. Some of you are standing before giants, giants of fear, giants of failure, giants of debt, giants of sickness. They look impossible to defeat. But hear me now, the battle is not yours, but mine. Take your stand in faith, and watch your giants fall. I am your defender. I am your warrior. I am the Lord Almighty. Do you remember the woman with the issue of blood? For 12 years, she suffered. She spent all she had searching for a cure, but nothing worked. But then she reached out and touched the hem of my garment, and instantly, she was healed. Some of you have been suffering for a long time. You have tried everything. You have prayed, you have waited, and still, the pain remains. But hear me, do not give up. Reach out in faith. Touch the hem of my garment, and you will be healed. Your breakthrough is near. Your healing is coming. Your miracle is at hand. Do you remember Jairus' daughter? She was sick, and her father begged me to come. But before I arrived, the news came, she is dead. It is too late. But I said, do not be afraid. Only believe. And when I entered the house, I took her by the hand and said, little girl, arise. And she came back to life. Oh, my child, the world may tell you it is too late. The situation looks hopeless. The dream seems dead. But I am the resurrection and the life. I am the God of the impossible. What seems lost, I will restore. What seems finished, I will renew. Only believe, and you will see my glory. Do you remember Lazarus? He was in the grave for 4 days. The stone was sealed, the mourners had given up. But I stood before the tomb and called out, Lazarus, come forth. And he came out, alive and whole. Some of you have buried your dreams. You have accepted defeat. You have given up hope. But I am calling out to you now. Come forth. Come out of despair. Come out of fear. Come out of doubt. I am the God who brings dead things back to life. Do you remember my promise? If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move, and it will move. Oh, my child, the mountains in your life are not greater than my power. Speak to them in faith. Speak to that sickness and declare healing. Speak to that situation and declare victory. Speak to your future and declare my promises. Nothing is impossible for those who believe. Do you remember my words on the cross? When I said, it is finished. Every curse is broken. Every sin is paid for. Every stronghold is destroyed. The enemy has no power over you. The chains are shattered. The prison doors are open. Walk in freedom. Walk in victory. Walk in the power of my name. Do you remember the tomb? They placed my body there, they sealed the stone, they thought it was over. But on the 3rd day, I rose. Death could not hold me. The grave could not keep me. I am alive forevermore. Oh, my child, because I live, you will live also. The same power that raised me from the dead is living in you. You are not defeated. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are more than a conqueror. Do you remember my promise? I am coming soon. Oh, my child, the time is near. The world is growing darker, but my light will never fade. Hold on to your faith. Stand firm in my word. Keep your eyes on me. I am coming with power. I am coming with glory. I am coming to take you home. And when that day comes, I will wipe every tear from your eyes. There will be no more death, no more sorrow, no more pain. You will be with me, and my joy will be your strength. Until that day, go forward in faith. Walk in my promises. Live in my love. The battle is won. The victory is yours. I am Jesus, your Savior, your Redeemer, your King. I am the Good Shepherd, and I lay down my life for my sheep. I know my own, and my own know me. My sheep hear my voice, and they follow me. I have called you out of darkness into my marvelous light. You are mine, and no one can snatch you from my hand. Do you remember Peter, my disciple? He walked on water, but when he took his eyes off me and saw the storm, he began to sink. Yet, when he cried out, "Lord, save me," I reached out my hand and lifted him up. Oh, my child, why do you doubt? Why do you fear? The storms may rage, the winds may blow, but if you keep your eyes on me, you will not sink. If you call my name, I will lift you up. I will not let you drown in your troubles. I will not let you be consumed by your fears. I am the one who walks on water, and I am the one who will carry you through. Do you remember the blind man who sat by the roadside, crying out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me"? The crowd told him to be silent, but he cried out even louder, and I stopped. I called him to me, and I restored his sight. Oh, my child, do not be silent. Do not let the world drown out your voice. Cry out to me. Call upon my name. Your prayers are not ignored. Your cries are not forgotten. I hear you. I see you. And I will answer you in my perfect time. Do you remember the paralyzed man whose friends broke through the roof just to bring him to me? They would not let the crowd stop them. They would not let obstacles stand in their way. Because of their faith, I forgave his sins and healed his body. Oh, my child, surround yourself with those who will carry you in faith when you are weak. Do not let obstacles stop you from coming to me. Break through doubt. Break through fear. Break through despair. If you have faith, you will see my power. Do you remember the woman caught in adultery? The crowd stood ready to stone her, but I knelt and wrote in the sand. Then I stood and said, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone." One by one, they walked away, and I said to her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." Oh, my child, the world may judge you, condemn you, and remind you of your past. But I am your Savior, not your accuser. My mercy is greater than your mistakes. My love is deeper than your shame. Come to me, and I will make you new. Your past does not define you, I do. Do you remember Thomas, who doubted my resurrection? He said, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands, I will not believe." But when I appeared to him, I said, "Thomas, put your hand in my side. Stop doubting and believe." Oh, my child, some of you have doubted. You have questioned if I am real, if I am listening, if I still perform miracles. But I tell you, blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. Do not let doubt steal your faith. I am alive. I am working. I am moving in ways you cannot yet see. Do you remember Paul, who once persecuted my people? He was blinded on the road to Damascus, and in that moment, he met me. His life was never the same again. The one who once destroyed my church became the one who built it. Oh, my child, I can transform anyone. I can take the worst sinner and make them a saint. I can take the broken and make them whole. I can take your story, no matter how painful, and turn it into a testimony of my grace. Do you remember the prodigal son? He left his father's house and wasted everything. When he had nothing left, he returned, expecting only rejection. But his father saw him from a distance, ran to him, embraced him, and said, "My son was lost, but now he is found." Oh, my child, you may have wandered far, but my arms are always open. You are not too lost. You are not too broken. Come back to me. Let me restore you. Let me embrace you. You are still my beloved child. Do you remember my promise? Behold, I am coming soon, and my reward is with me. The world is passing away, but my words will never pass away. The pain you feel now is temporary, but my glory is eternal. The struggles you face now are only for a moment, but the joy I have prepared for you will never end. I have gone to prepare a place for you, and I will come again to take you to myself. And when that day comes, you will see me face to face. Every tear will be wiped away. Every sorrow will vanish. Every trial will be forgotten in the light of my presence. Until then, stand firm. Hold fast. Trust in me. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I am Jesus, your Savior, your Redeemer, your King.